Dear students, I am Dr. P. Ravishekar, lecturer in zoology, Government College for Men, Autonomous, Kadapa. Today we are going to learn about a most primitive organisms of animal kingdom, the protozoans. Protozoans are first formed organisms. Before we learn about that protozoans, we know about some of the brief introduction regarding the animal kingdom. The animal kingdom is distinguished into two major categories on the basis of notochord. The animals which possess notochord are known as chordates. The animals without notochord are known as non-chordates. The non-chordates are otherwise called as invertebrates. The chordates are otherwise called as vertebrates. The invertebrate phyla are divided into major and minor phyla on the basis of two factors. They are number of species and individual in the phyla, participation of phyla in ecological communities. On the basis of these two factors, the invertebrates are divided into 9 major phyla and 21 minor phyla. In this table, you can see the 9 major phyla and 21 minor phyla of invertebrates. Here, Protozoa, Porifera, Coelenterata, Platyhelminthes, Nematoda, Mollusca, Annelida, Arthropoda and Echinodermata. These are 9 major phylums of invertebrates. In this table, we can also see the approximate number of species present in that phyla. Here, yellow color indicated phyla like Rotifera and Ectoprocta. These both having good number of species, but they are put into minor phyla. Why? Because these species are not actively participated in ecological communities. So that Rotifera and Ectoprocta both are put into minor phyla category. Introduction. Protozoans are microscopic acellular animalcules. They are visible only with microscope. We can't see with our naked eye. They are first discovered by Antonio van Leeuwenhoek in the year 1671. Van Siebold defined the protozoans as single cellular organisms. Dobell named these protozoans as acellular or non-cellular animals. The name protozoan was given by Goldfuss. The term protozoa is derived from two Greek words, protos and zoon. Protos means first, zoon means animals. So that these are first animals. About 50,000 of species are identified and recognized in the phylum Protozoa. General characters of Protozoa. As earlierly I told, protozoans are first formed animals. They are microscopic animalcules. They are originated in pre-Cambrian period of Paleozoic era according to geological time scale. The shape of the protozoans are vary. Some are spherical, oval, ball shaped and some protozoans are shapeless or irregular. Coming to the habitat. These are cosmopolitan. They are distributed all over the world. They are free living, symbionts, commensals and parasites. They can live in water, soil, air. They can also live in inside of the animals and on animals. Protozoans exhibits different symmetries like radial symmetry, spherical symmetry, bilateral symmetry and some protozoans exhibit asymmetry. The protozoans are made up with single cell, so they are called as unicellular organisms. Here single cell is capable to carry all metabolic activities. It resembles the animal body. The body is naked in some protozoans. It is bounded by a pellicle layer and some protozoans body is covered with shell. which is made up of calcium carbonate and silica. The sizes of protozoans are vary from 0.02 millimeters to 16 millimeters. A fossil protozoan numulite is large and its size is 19 centimeters. Coming to the nucleus. Usually protozoans having only one nucleus. Eliophores, it is one of the protozoan having two nucleus. These two nucleus exhibits the dimorphic. It means two nucleus are in two forms. One is small in size, another one is big in size. The nucleus which is large in size is called as macronucleus, which carries all vegetative metabolic activities. Another small nuclei that is called as micronucleus, it is exclusive for reproduction. The locomotory organs are different in the phylum Protozoa. Some protozoans having finger like pseudopodia, some protozoans having whip like flagella, and some protozoans having cilia. In some groups of protozoans, locomotory organs are absent. Nutrition: holozoic, holophytic and saprozoic. Some protozoans they exhibit parasitic nutrition also. Coming to the respiration, there are no special respiratory organs for respiration. Respiration is performed by body surface through simple diffusion process. Excretion. Excretion also through diffusion. In some protozoans, contractile vacuoles serves to the process of excretion. The main role of contractile vacuole is osmoregulation. regulation. Reproduction. Protozoans reproduce sexually and asexually. If we see about asexual reproduction, they can reproduce by binary fission, multiple fission and budding. Coming to the sexual reproduction, protozoans they can reproduce by conjugation or syngamy. In some protozoans, they often complete their life cycle with alternation of generations. That means asexual phase and sexual phases. There is a protective phase is there in some protozoans, that is encystement. Commonly, this phenomena occurs to resist the unfavorable conditions of food. Classification of protozoa. The classification of protozoa occurs on the basis of locomotory organelles. There are different opinions on the classification of protozoa. Here, according to B.M. Honigberg and Carlis, the phylum Protozoa divided into 4 subphylums: Sarcomastigophora, Sporozoa, Nidospora and Coeliophora. Here you can see the flowchart of the classification of Protozoa. The phylum Protozoa divided into 4 subphylums: Sarcomastigophora, Sporozoa, Nidospora, Coeliophora, Mastigo. The subphylum Sarcomastigophora again divided into 3 superclasses. They are Mastigophora, Opalinata, Sarcodina. The subphylum Sporozoa having 3 classes. They are Teleospora, Toxoplasmia, Haplosporia. Then the subphylum Nidospora having 2 classes, Myxosporidia and Microsporidia. The subphylum Coeliophora having only one class, that is Ciliata. Here the superclass Mastigophora again divided into 2 classes, Phytomastigophora, Zoomastigophora. The superclass Sarcoidea having 3 classes: Rhizopoda, Phyrophasmida and Actinopoda. Sarcomastigophora. The locomotory organelles of the Sarcomastigophora are flagella, pseudopodia or any one of them. There is only one nuclei is present in Sarcomastigophores. The body of the Sarcomastigophores are covered with pellicle layer. This subphylum again divided into 3 superclasses: Mastigophora, Opalinata and Sarcoidea. Superclass Mastigophora. These are otherwise called as flagellates. The locomotory organelles of Mastigophora are flagella. Nutrition is autotrophic or heterotrophic. Autotrophic means the organisms they can produce their nutrients by themselves. In heterotrophic nutrition, they depend upon another organisms. The body is surrounded with a pellicle layer. The superclass Mastigophora again divided into 2 classes: Phytomastigophora and Zoomastigophora. The Phytomastigophora. These are plant-like flagellates. They having chlorophyll and chromatophores. Nutrition is mainly holophytic. Organisms are with 1 or 2 flagella. The reserve food materials are starch and paramylum. The class Phytomastigophora having some of the orders like Chrysomonalida, Cryptomonalida, Euglenida, etc. Here some of the organisms has represented: Chrysamoeba, Chylomonas, Volvax, Coelomonas, Euglena, etc. These are some of the examples for Phytomastigophores. Here you can see the organisms of flagellates. Here Euglena, Volvax, Nactiluca, Ceracium. These are some of the examples for flagellates. Then Zoomastigophora. These are animal-like flagellates. There is no chlorophyll and chromatophores. Nutrition is holozoic, saprozoic, parasitic. This is divided into some orders like Rhizomastidida, etc. And these class having some of the organisms like Mastigamoeba, Dimorpha, Leishmania, Trypanosoma, etc. These are the representatives of Zoomastigophores. Next superclass Opalinata. In this opalinates, the entire body is covered with cilia-like flagellates. The flagellates are look like cilia. Here the nuclei are 2 or many, but they exhibit monomorphic phenomena. Here all nuclei are similar in their form. That phenomena is known as monomorphic. They lead parasitic life mainly on amphibians. Reproduction occurs binary fusion or by syngamy. The Opalinata class having only one order, that is Opalinida. This is the Opalina, which is a species belongs to the class Opalinata. Next superclass Sarcoidea. The locomotory organs of Sarcoidea are pseudopodia. With the help of pseudopodia, they can move and they can capture the food materials. They are mostly free living. Holozoic and saprozoic type of nutrition is present in these organisms. Food vacuoles are present and contractile vacuoles also present. In some marine forms, contractile vacuoles are absent. The Sarcoideans exhibits the phenomena of encystment. This class again divided into 3 classes: Rhizopoda, Actinopoda, Phyrophasmida. This is Rhizopoda. Here the pseudopodia are main locomotory organs. They are in different forms: Filopodia, Lobopodia and Reticulopodia. Generally body is naked. In some rhizopods their body is covered with a shell, that is chambered. The protoplasm is divided into ectoplasm and endoplasm. These are some of the representatives or examples of rhizopoda, amoeba, entamoeba, arcella, diffusia, globigerina, etc. Actinopoda. Pseudopodia are very delicate and form a axopodia and reticulopodia. These are round and float on water. The body may be naked or enclosed with chitin or silica shell. Here Thalassicola, Actinophyllon, Acanthometra, these are the some of the representatives of Actinopoda. Next class, Phyroplasmida. These are blood parasites which live in the blood of vertebrates. Cilia and flagella both are absent in these organisms. They exhibit the gliding locomotion. Examples, Talaria and Babesia. Next subphylum, Sporozoa. The locomotory organelles are absent in the subphylum. They are exclusively endoparasites. Body covered with pellicle. Asexual reproduction occurs through multiple fusion. Sexual reproduction occurs through fusion of micro and macro gametes. It is having three classes: Telosporia, Toxoplasmia, Haplosporia. Telosporia. These are monogenetic or digenetic parasites. Monogenetic means the parasite which completes its life cycle in a single host, that is monogenetic. Digenetic means the parasite which completes its life cycle in two hosts, that is digenetic. So, Telosporia organisms are monogenetic and some are digenetic. The locomotory organelles are absent in these organisms, so they exhibit the gliding locomotion. Next class, Toxoplasmia. They lead parasitic life on humans, birds and reptiles. Asexual reproduction is binary fusion. Next subphylum, Nidospora. All are parasites. Asexual reproduction by binary fusion, sexual reproduction by iso and aniso gametes. There are two classes are there in Nidospora. One is Myxosporidia and Microsporidia. The class Myxosporidia. Here the spores are large, developed from several nuclei. Valvular membrane encloses the gametes. It includes some of the orders Myxosporidia, Actinomyxida and Helicosporida. Next class, Microsporidia. Spores are very small. They live as parasites in insects and fishes. It is only having only one order, that is Microsporida. The subphylum Coeliophora. The locomotory organelles are cilia in these organisms. Body covered with hard pellicle and possess cilia all over the body. In these organisms, we can see the cilia are present all over the body. Here micronucleus and macronucleus both are present. The ciliates having one or more contractile vacuoles. They exhibit the sexual and asexual reproductions. Here some of the examples for Coeliophora, Paramecium, Balantidium, Verticella, Duodenum, etc. These are the some of the representatives of coeliophores. In this slide you can see the some of the ciliates which having cilia around their body: Balantidium, Nectotherus and Duodenum. Thank you.